I wrote Countryside of Heaven with Shane McAnally and Dylan Altman. And Shane's rocking, Dylan's rocking. I had that title. I just kept thinking, you know, on the countryside of heaven, what would it look like? I think we somehow caught it. I always aspire to be as good of a singer-songwriter as I can be, and that means sometimes you write songs that don't fit your record, and sometimes you write songs that you hold on for 10 years to wait to come out on your record. I'm ready for all these songs I've been holding on to for so long to finally come out.